60 seconds.
Go. How many players will there be today? 1 player. Excellent. Gameplay functions as follows. When you have located the correct answer to a question, buzz in to indicate your desire to answer. Then choose the button that corresponds to the correct answer. Buzz in by hitting these buttons on your controller. The symbol buttons are used to choose your answer to the question.
5, 4.
Now loading.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Welcome to Jack. I see none of your friends wanted to play this evening, so you figured you'd just get in touch with old Schmitty. Well, thanks. Makes me feel really important. Just so you know, if I seem insensitive to your lonely needs, don't take it personally. I'm just a voice in your TV. You do know that, don't you?
1.
Coming at you, Mrs. O'Leary's team. Get this one right, you get $1,000. Okay, so what we got here is our smoke episode, which means, cigarettes, firemen, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Speaking of which, if where there's smoke, there's the Chicago fire, what will firefighters have to face? Sparks flying off of hockey pucks, dangerous fumes from soccer balls. The Chicago Fire? Well, they're not only a soccer team, but they are the MLS Cup 98 champions and the 98 U.S. Open Cup champions. And if you ever have to face them, you make sure your hose is safely nestled in a jockstrap.
2.
Up next, tell me more. Tell me more. Did you get to a burn unit? You get this one, you pocket $2,000. Yeah, the rumors are true. I'm in a community theater production of Grease. Yeah, thank you. But I've got some safety concerns about that last scene. You know, the one where Sandy's got the cigarette and the leather. Suppose Danny's hair and Sandy's cigarette cause a grease fire. What should Frenchie do to save the couple? Put out a grease fire by putting a lid on the pan. So Frenchie would put a lid on Sandy and Danny. Or she could, I don't know, make them both star in Two of a Kind. Nah, let them burn.
3.
Here's a little something I call, just don't hide his hose. Let's see what you'll do for $1,000. Flex those fingers, here it comes. Say you want to play a little practical joke on a fireman, because they love that. If you give them a tank of nitrous oxide instead of oxygen, what will people in the burning building most likely hear? Let me show you what I would have picked. What the fancy, educated folks call nitrous oxide, you and I call laughing gas. In fact, if you give him enough laughing gas, I bet he'd still be giggling when he came after you with his axe.
4.
The category is, a majority of voters say I'm smoking. $1,000 if you get it. Put your head between your knees, because we're going down. Because his memorial statue lacks his trademark cigarette, under whose rippling stone clothes will you most likely find the patch? Abraham Lincoln's, Woodrow, the brilliant folks who designed Franklin Roosevelt's memorial in Washington left out his ubiquitous cigarette and cigarette holder. Oh, and they also left out the fact that Franklin was in a wheelchair. I mean, I'd imagine even for a president, it's got to be hard to go cold turkey.
Hey, look, it's President Roosevelt.
Hands off, kid, or you'll have nothing to fear but me opening a can of whoop-ass.
5.
This category is, on the third day, he smoked again. You give me a right answer, I'll give you $3,000. Think fast, it's question time. Given the unique feature of the cross they use as their logo, what prank call do employees at the American Lung Association most likely get? Hey, yeah, did Jesus live in Switzerland? Hey, does Jesus have 4 arms? Yeah, was Jesus part of a charm bracelet? Or, was Jesus... Hey, shut up, dude. Was Jesus like an anchor? The American Lung Association's logo is a cross with an extra line across it horizontally. So it's like a cross for a person with 4 arms.
No, I'm sorry. The Son of God did not have 4 arms.
Well then, you better run after him. Yeah! Woo! Get ready, because you're going to play a When Did Happen. All right, I'm going to show you an event. Oh, you've done this When Did Happen thing before. Great. Let's see how much you remember. The category for this When Did Happen is Danger, Will Smokerson. Golly gee, remember when smoking used to be healthy? It must have been before 1964, because it wasn't until then that this little event occurred. Surgeon General first requires health warnings on cigarettes. So, what do you say? Did this event happen before the Surgeon General required warnings, after that, or did this event never happen at all? Now, that was a lot of fun, huh? Let's see what happened. Nice job, my friend. Let's see how that affects the big picture. Well, I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed that. Shall we get back to the game?
7,
The category's gonna be an economic hump. You get it right, you get 2K. Hey, you remember Camel Cash? That fake money you used to collect by enjoying smooth Camel cigarette products? Then you'd be able to buy Camel merchandise, right? Well, imagine Camel starts it up again. According to the theory of monetarism, if Camel were to print up enormous quantities of Camel Cash, what would happen to the Camel economy? Wages paid in Camel Cash decrease. Junk with Camel logo costs more cash. Camel cigarettes have no value, or only gold can be bought with Camel Cash. The monetary theory, as propounded by my close personal friend Milton Friedman, how you doing, Milt? Says that printing new money causes inflation. The theory does not explain why the desire to buy cigarettes is heightened by seeing a flaccid male member disguised as a camel head.
8,
I'm calling this one, Praise the Lord, the pork is cured! You get this one right, you get 3,000 greenbacks. Open wide. Suppose in his next feature film, Babe the pig gets sick and is sent to the smokehouse to be cured. How long will it be before Babe is bacon? Half an hour, 2 to 10 days, 4 to 6 months, or 1 year? The process of treating meats like pork is called curing. It takes from 2 to 10 days to cure pork into bacon in a smokehouse. And I understand that Babe has been spending time in the smokehouse preparing for his next film, Babe, Pig in the Blanket.
9,
This one's called Stop Calling Me the Space Cowboy. How does $2,000 sound? All right, let's mix things up a little bit. I want you to take a look at the lyrics to this Steve Miller tune, and when you think you know how to complete the line, buzz in, pick the answer. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a what? Chicken choker, midnight toker, life revoker, or bedroom stroker? The classic lyrics to the Steve Miller Band song The Joker are, I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I like poker, I'm Al Roker, when my dog's got a rash, I soak her. Steve Miller, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
10,
Coming at you, I'm Rubber, you're Glue, she's the Surgeon General. $2,000 for a correct answer. Eyes forward, we're going. Given the controversy that led to her dismissal, what should a Surgeon General's warning on former Surgeon General Jocelyn Elders say? May tell STD jokes, may smoke marijuana, may discuss masturbation openly, or may call important lobbyists boobies. Bill Clinton fired Jocelyn Elders after she said masturbation should be discussed in public schools. Come on, people. I mean, what's the big deal, huh? I mean, as long as a teacher has a desk to sit behind, I say it's their business. I hope you're paying attention because it's time for a Coinky-Dink. All right, let me tell you how this game works. You're going to see a bunch of different fine, okay, that's fine. Far be it from me to delay you. This Coinky-Dink's category is Trick or Smoky Treat. All right, let's dive in. NSA and blank or plastic. Where do these items intersect? Washington's teeth and blanky blank pecker. Turns into diamonds and blank miner's daughter. Cars use it and beans cause it. Tampa NHL team and go grease blank. Depressed Michigan City and skin blank equals miser. To coordinate and blank box cars. Okay, let's get that bonus going. What do all the correct answers have in common? Are they all respiratory organs, sexy breeze characters, fire starting materials? That's it. Yeah, nice job. Some might say you're smoking. Sweet, now go for that bonus. Hey, player one, you got the bonus too. I'd pat you on the back, but I don't want to catch anything. Let's move on.
12,
Up next, sir, could you please put your crack out? I got $2,000 says you don't know this one. Okay, free your mind. Considering he lit himself on fire while freebasing cocaine, who was literally 1980's hottest comic? Steve Martin, Sam Kinison, Richard Pryor. Way back in 1980, funny man Richard Pryor made a teensy-weensy little mistake while freebasing cocaine, and poof, his head caught fire. I don't know. I'll never understand the fickle media. I mean, nobody ever talks about my tragedy in the 6th grade when I tried to light my farts.
13,
Here's a little something I call no Sherlock, you piece of and this one's gonna be worth $2,000. Pencils ready. Let's do it. Because he's Holmes' arch nemesis, who would tell Sherlock, put that in your... Professor Moriarty. My enemy numero uno. Although I'd imagine Sherlock Holmes would be able to keep pretty cool about any pipe comment, you know? Just don't give him the in-your-ear with a can of beer thing.
14,
The category is spread your cheeks and get ready. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. And now, your question. If someone blows smoke up your ass, in what sequence will it pass through your intestinal tract? Ileum, jejunum, rectum, duodenum, colon, cecum. Duodenum, jejunum, ileum, cecum, colon, rectum. Rectum, colon, cecum, ileum, jejunum, duodenum. Or colon, rectum, duodenum, ileum, cecum, jejunum. God damn, I was so close! If someone is kind enough to blow smoke up your ass, it'll pass from the rectum to the colon, to the cecum, to the ileum, to the jejunum, and finally, the duodenum. Of course, if they're blowing really hard, you might even get a little funky aftertaste. You're about to embark upon the attack. Oh, you already know the attack. Well, don't let me stand in your way. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about. Here's your clue. You've come a long way, ad execs, and I for one appreciate your smooth, fresh flavor. Have fun. exciting game. That was a real thrill. You were the best player we've had by far. Now do me a favor, will you? Look to your left, now look to your right, now repeat after me.
You don't know Jack!
Congratulations, you have made it onto the high scoreboard. Please enter your name. If you refuse to enter your name, your name is preserved for the ages, or until you are replaced. To play again, please input your desire to do so.
Everybody in assless chaps.
And now, once again, the St. Joseph's Historically Inaccurate Boys Choir.
Oh, Abraham Lincoln was a president, and a short president was he. He was only 33 inches tall and wore acid-washed dungarees. Oh, he ate a lot of butter, which made him fat, so he tried to get really lean. He practiced for weeks, doing the triple lutz, and joined the U.S. figure skating team.
Everybody in clown shoes.
And now, the St. Joseph's Historically Inaccurate Boys Choir.
Oh, Genghis Khan was a merry old man, and a very hairy man was he. He invaded Alaska from the north and taught penguins how to speak Chinese. Oh, after the battle he was quite hungry, so he went to a KFC, where he ordered coleslaw, mashed potatoes, and chicken de rotisserie.